Collaborative workshops are one way in which Sussex authorities are sharing lessons and creating a culture of trust and joint working. Amanda Watson of East Sussex County Council facilitated one of these events where Sussex Police were active participants.
We're all suffering from similar problems in that we're a little bit under-resourced, whereas this project is actually giving us the means to share with each other and some collective clout for how to get things changed in the future.
But together I think that as a partnership we can look at how we can take that forward cooperatively and how we can share our knowledge and best practice and quickly do something where we can see some direct benefits to our customers and to our residents. So I'm trying to make sure that the work and ideas that we have at this meeting actually bear fruit and add value to the people on the front end.
I think it's about solving problems in communities, is about working together in partnerships. There's no one single issue that is always uniquely applicable to one organisation. It's about the whole piece, really.
I think so, and also, having a platform where you can share best practice and share knowledge.
We all recognise individually that would help us in our own organisations, but if we do this collectively, we've got a really sound building blocks for where we move to in the future. They're frustrating at times because being as how it's a large group of people, you've got to move forward at the pace of the group rather than doing it alone. But pleasing because so many people have got a common interest. And to be able to have been given some money by the Improvement Partnership to actually employ a consultant to look at what was happening and to help us drive things forward has been really beneficial.
I think the consultant acknowledged that what we'd managed to achieve up to now was creditable. We've got the partnership underway, and that there's an effective feeling and momentum behind it, and that was very encouraging.
We've been talking a little bit off record about how Brighton and Hove might be looked on as a city centre, if you like, of Sussex.
Yep.
And for me, the partnership is about developing some of those ideas, and what we can do within this is actually doing that, I think. More of the benefit is if I can take that back to my organisation, spread it out and get them to be working in the same way.
We've all got a shared purpose that we all want to improve, and at the end of the day it's the residents who are important, and the whole purpose of consultation is to actually make our residents feel that they're making a difference with decision making. That for us to do this well and to actually do it efficiently and effectively for the right reasons, and this project is really bringing that to the fore and helping us deliver.
We've certainly developed a very effective network. We've actually met each other for the first time in many cases, and the least that will come out of this project is that we'll work together in the future.
Leaders and chief executives met on the 11th of July to review the work undertaken to date and to plan the next 3 years' work.
Well, my view is that the partnership has already got really good building blocks to move forward, but this isn't just about the OE11 funding, it's about looking forward how you can best work together, use information together, have a lobbying voice for Sussex as a whole, and look at the key issues that we've already heard today around transport and some of the other big things that you as Sussex authorities need to work together on. I think this issue about not keeping it in-house, looking outside, not trying to reinvent. There's lots of good things going on in individual authorities, there's lots of good things going on in clusters, but try to maximise that across all the authorities, and then you get more pounds for your bucks, really. And I think you've built a lot in terms of relationships and trust and working together, but actually that's just the means to move forward. And it's not just about efficiencies, it's about improvements for citizens, as we all know, and the only way you can do that in the tight financial climate that we've got is to actually work together.
So 3 areas that we identified which offer potential. One is the local area agreements and the sustainable community strategies potentially flag up some areas of joint interest, areas where we're potentially going to be start doing new things which provides good opportunities for working together, and areas where we're sort of wrestling locally with issues where we can learn from each other. Secondly, that buried in that, particularly in the detail of some of the negotiations, were some really important challenges that we all put into government and to agencies and to other infrastructure providers. In terms of next steps, I think 4 things. Firstly, there's commitment to the projects that have already agreed. Secondly, commitment to using the SIP to share intelligence and information in the way that we perhaps haven't done previously. Thirdly, a commitment to work together to try and make the regional structures work better for us. That's in terms of access to knowing what's going on, access to funding, and transparency of how decisions are being made. And lastly, it's a really important affirmation of commitment to the SIP, but also some very clear challenges to the SIP and particular to the SIP team, I think, in terms of how it works in a way that adds value.
But what the feeling was that there needed to be perhaps more political understanding of what is needed to ensure this partnership work. One person put it, rules about sharing the cake, because actually if you are going to have partnership, then quite often there's going to have to be reconciling the different issues and the different platforms that you all come from.
As just said, I think it is vital that the issues around communication, around member involvement. At my introduction at the very beginning of the day, I highlighted how important I believe that we all think it is to actually, drill down on those issues around communication and member involvement. And certainly we need to take a look again at the governance arrangements. But I think what we have seen today is once again a clear will to engage in partnership working. That's definitely there, but it's all about how we use the tools and the mechanisms with which we can actually do that in reality, and about, I think, also looking, I think, from a political point of view at maintaining the strategic direction without seeing it as something that the government has yet again forced us to do. And I'm sure that's also true in private with a lot of the officers around the table today. I'm sure it's something that irritates you just as intensely as it irritates us as politicians. But thank you everybody for actually coming along today. A big thank you to the SIP team for organising the event.